Oh, dude, we just we just got breaking news.
Yo, what do we got?
James Gunn, straight from the Twitter.
Oh,
In our worldwide search for Brainiac and Man of Tomorrow, Lars.
This is straight from him.
Yeah, straight from him. Rose to the top. Welcome to the DCU, Lars. Lars, Edinger.
Who?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh,
do you know this guy?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, I'm starting to smell something.
What?
Something.
How do you?
Another James Gunn masterclass is. Ooh, let's cast someone we don't know in the most iconic Superman.
Wait. How do you? Wait. Hold on.
So what are we? Lars who?
Lars Eidinger.
Lars
Eidinger? One more time?
Lars
Eidinger.
Lars Eidinger? How's it spelled?
It's Eidinger.
Lars Eidinger.
Lars Eidinger.
Lars Eidinger?
Eidinger. Yeah. Oh, the hyphenated says Eidinger.
You do. Interesting.
Stop. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That is just the gift
Got
that
our
keeps on giving.
Brainiac.
That'll be fun
Got
for
our
the next year.
Brainiac.
That'll be an interesting thing.
That'll be fun for the next year.
Lars
Yeah.
Eidinger. Well,
Wow.
welcome
Yeah.
to the DCU and to the world, because I don't think anybody's ever heard of Lars Eidinger.
That's right.
Wow.
And welcome to the pod you're looking for.
Come on.
I'm Josh. This is Sam.
It is.
And we got Lars Eidinger.
He's under the table. He's under the table with James Gunn.
I can't even.
Lars Eidinger has been cast as Brainiac?
Wait, Eidinger.
Lars Eidinger.
Eidinger.
This sounds German, so it can't just be Eidinger.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound German,
You gotta
does
like say it a bit more like Eidinger.
That's the G probably is more
Yeah,
guttural.
you gotta like really like.
It's a more guttural.
he's a creepy looking dude.
Is
I've
he?
never heard of
Does
this
he fit
guy.
the
Have
bill?
you seen- a little bit.
You wanna
Yeah,
give
he
the
looks.
camera a close up
Yeah,
or something.
like,
Let's
let
see.
me
I've
pull him up.
genuinely never heard of this guy. Lars
Yeah,
Eidinger.
he looks like him.
What's he been in?
Let me- Look. Yeah, he's kind of creepy, man. Look, you see this?
Oh,
Look at the camera.
I can see it. I actually
Yeah?
can see it.
You okay?
I shave his head. I can
No,
see
I
it.
can see it too. Which is good.
He should do like a Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor thing where he's Brainiac's son with the long hair like that.
It's perfect. I feel like that's okay. I'm sorry. Do you hate? I don't really hate when it's like a villain for this kind of thing when it's a random. Like I don't mind. I mean, I don't know what else he's in.
It's hit or
Maybe
miss,
I'm just
dude,
being.
'cause- well, it's tricky because you have like guys like the guy who plays High Evolutionary, who it's
Yeah.
like he made the role what it is, but then
Right.
you have something like the guy who's about to play what is his name, Krem or something in Supergirl, and you already know it's gonna not be something.
Right.
You know
Agreed.
what I mean? The movie's gonna be more how good
But
is
I don't-
Supergirl?
Yeah, but I don't
'Cause who
think it's a
cares?
problem of the actor usually. I think it's usually a problem of the role.
How the villain's written?
Yeah. Like.
Okay. So like motivation.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Because
Okay.
I feel like it's easier sometimes to be like a solid bad guy. It's hard to be a really good one.
I mean, hey.
But right? You know what I'm saying?
If this comes out wrong, I really please will delete it. But like I feel like when it comes to like is he German? What is he?
I think so. It's got to be. I mean, he's in all his movies.
Or like
Borowski
Belgian
and
or
Distillgust.
oh, so he's German.
Yeah.
He's like very German. Okay.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of these projects.
I'm not at all trying to group them all into one thing, but it feels like of the German niche of like iconic actors that we have, it's really like Christoph Waltz and who. You know what I mean? It's really Christoph Waltz.
Right.
So not to like group them all into like the same thing, but like if this guy is like a Christoph Waltz, I can't help but like think hopefully we get like that type of performance, where it's like I feel like German actors can really sell that like cold, don't screw with me type of villain vibe. So that would be interesting. I would love to see what he can do. I genuinely have never heard of him, but hey, we'll see.
Can I add one thing? I swear the other day you and I were laughing about this. You sent me a text that James Gunn had come out online and said, I never confirmed that Brainiac was going to be in it.
Yes.
Which we both said,
Which is
yes,
crazy
you did.
because
Yes, you did.
the only rock solid statement. The only problem is he actually did. So there's some flaws in that a little bit.
Right, he
Just a
just said
just
it.
Tad.
He said Dave Bautista is not going to be Brainiac, and also who's to say Brainiac's even in there?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Me?
Who said it? Step up.
I didn't show you a whole script package that had a big brain circled and also tell you that it's going
Y'all
to be Brainiac.
talking for me again. Y'all talking.
Oh, just doing it for me. And then immediately after he goes, oh, well, actually, here's the guy that's going to be Brainiac.
Well, while we're talking about Brainiac, here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. That's the James Gunn effect.
Wow, we got Brainiac before Batman casting.
It is
Insane.
something else, isn't it?
Insane.
First time in history.
Insane.
First time in history. We got Crypto. Crypto's going to be 5 years old in the DCU by the time Batman drops. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Jimmy Olsen season 5 out before Batman's movie.
Just the process. Jimmy Olsen's
Mole
going to be running
Man
as long
season
as...
1 dropped.
Oh, man. Lantern season 26. Catch Batman.
Well, dude, we got a ton of reviews. Today is a very review-heavy day.
This is like...
Should we cover all the things we're going to be talking about?
This
I
might
think next
actually...
week, too, will be as well.
It feels like some of our best episodes are the ones where we start out and we say we have a loaded episode. This might be the most bursting at the seams episode that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's we got something. We got Avatar. Count them off. We got Avatar.
Right.
We got Knives Out. We got Welcome to Derry. We got...
we're going to be doing the Doomsday talk, obviously.
We got a lot of things leaking for Doomsday. Spiderman.
Yep.
We got
next week I'll
Fallout.
be covering... Yeah, we got Fallout. I'll be covering Pluribus as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet, so this is all you, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. The latest Vince Gilligan
right.
outing.
Next week will be Stranger Things as well, so it's
Crazy.
just a lot of stuff.
Next time we sit down, we'll know just how brutally Steve died.
No.
Man.
I can't believe next time we record, we're going to have a full knowing of... Outside of the very last episode, we'll have seen everything but one episode of Stranger
It's
Things.
something else, dude.
Dude, and it's just done.
Yeah.
It's just done.
How do you feel about that?
Sad, but also, there's something satisfying knowing, you're about to get the final payoff.
Well, and it's also weird to think. I was thinking the other day, it's like the next time I watch that show, it'll probably be when I show my kids someday.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Gosh, dude.
Next year, I'm not going to be time for the annual Stranger Things rewatch. You know what I mean? Because it's over. It's kind of you're still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do what you said. I think I'm going to watch it back the second it ends. And then I'm going to dive back eventually.
As a whole thing.
Yeah, and then it'll be 2 or 3 years down the line. I'll be like, oh, you know what? I should go back and rewatch it.
Sure, yeah. Well, we have a lot to dig into.
Yes.
Before we do that, Christmas is but days away. Christmas is on the doorstep. It's knocking on the door, ringing the bell.
Eye dinging her.
Eye dinging her. So we have Christmas on the horizon. We discussed last week whether it's customary to give gifts before Christmas, and I believe that you burnt it. You were like,
I did.
"No, we do not give gifts before Christmas.
We don't do that."
Well, I'm here to tell you something. You're in my house now.
Oh,
we give gifts before Christmas. So I couldn't help it. This has to do with the podcast.
Okay.
I got you a gift. I got myself a gift. It's for both of us. But
okay.
it has something to do with the podcast. So if you want to close your eyes quick, I
have
an early Christmas gift that I want to give you.
Eyes closed.
I love you and it's time.
Oh, well, thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. I'm kind of scared. What was that? What was the zip?
All right, dude. I'm gonna set this in front of you.
Okay.
And on the count of 3, you can open your eyes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, dude! No way! No way!
Dude? So this is, dude.
This is our first.
It's this sick hat site. It's a sick hat site. We can shout them out. I'll even put it in the. I'll put a banner up when we put it in post. But yeah, dude, it's this sick hat, custom hat site. They put the leather logo on it, and you can engrave it in the logo. So if you feel it's literally engraved into the thing.
Yeah,
it's not just printed on.
It's not on there.
It's a legit material. It's very nice.
Dude, that's so sick.
Very nice.
This is our first.
Yeah. Actually, let me hold on.
Holy cow!
Maybe should we shout them out right now?
Yeah, shout them out.
I feel like I should shout.
This is a good opportunity.
Let me try and find them quick.
No sponsor, of course, but we would gladly take that. Dude, this is sick. Dude, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it the pod real quick.
All right, yeah. So the website is Monomoy. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Monomoy.
Okay.
Monomoy. They have all sorts of stuff, but I opted for the hats because you and I are both hat guys.
Right.
But yeah, they have all sorts of leather engravement stuff. So yeah, they're great. Not a sponsor at all, but just sick, dude. It's one of those things you have an idea for a Christmas gift, and you're like,
dude, this is so
sick. That can do it, dude. But yeah, hopefully you like that. That'll be.
Dude, this is awesome.
Mine right there, dude. Yeah.
Can I wear it?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
Good to wear.
Yeah.
Dude. I feel like I just got my the draft NBA draft moment or something. In there.
Right, put that bad boy on. It's like a go. Should I do mine then?
Yeah, you might have to. Just for a sec.
All right.
Dude,
what do you think?
Dude, holy cow.
You like it?
Dude, this is sick.
It's comfortable, dude.
This is sick. It is comfortable.
Not a sponsor, but
no.
Hey,
just,
solid, dude.
Dude, that's awesome.
So there you go. We got our matching hats.
So sick. Thank you,
and
dude.
I feel like it goes with just about
perfect.
everything, you know?
That's right.
So there you go.
No, it's very neutral, which is good.
Sure.
Wow, we
there
have
you
like
go.
our first piece of apparel, dude. What in the world?
I know. If you want your custom pod you're looking for a Monomoy hat, it'll be $95.
And
You can do it in payments of 10.
That's right. Year-long Patreon subscription.
Well, there you go, dude. So there you go. Happy Merry Christmas,
Dude, thank you,
Merry
man.
Christmas. There you go.
You know what? Maybe
Love it,
now
dude.
that you've said that, I'll retract the rule. We can do gifts beforehand. You've
If
changed
they're
my
for
mind.
each other.
Yeah, if it's this fun.
Sure.
If it's this good, you
Sure.
can give me a gift.
Sure.
It can't be like Aunt Sally giving you the
Right.
I don't know, thing of bubbles again.
Right,
or
socks.
whatever.
New socks.
Right.
Oh, new socks.
Dude, actually,
Couldn't wait.
This is a year I do need new socks. I'll
Oh,
tell
is
you
it
what.
really?
Yeah.
Is it really? Are you
Yeah.
the guy with the holes in the socks?
I am. I've always been that guy.
Yeah.
But there's been a few too many times lately where I've looked and there's been like both sides have double holes.
Wait, like the heel and the toe?
Heel and toe.
Are you growing out both sides?
That's right.
Your heel's growing too?
Yeah, heel and toe. No, but
Wow.
yeah, the other day it hit me
Wow,
like
dude.
I had double sock. Both of them had heel and toe.
No
And I was
kidding.
like, wow, 4 holes,
For both socks.
both socks.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I mean, just take them off at that point. Just put like baby powder in your shoes. or
Yeah,
something.
and you get like calluses on your feet, you know, from
Really?
walking all day.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like
You
kind of
good?
gnarly.
You need me to like Venmo you some cash? or
Yeah,
something?
dude, I might need that. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Well, there you go. All right. So there you go. Christmas
Dude,
is
that's
over.
awesome. Do you want to go straight into? Do we do the Doomsday talk or do we do the Avatar talk?
You know
they
what?
both were. It was like a 2-in-1, so it feels like it's kind of synonymous.
Yeah. Well, I think by and large you'll find more people clamoring to talk about this Doomsday thing. Quick.
Okay.
So I say we just cover
All right,
this.
all
Quick. I say we dive
I like
into
that.
it.
Okay.
The first trailer's out. So
Yep.
it's official?
Do we do a spoiler warning? I guess if you haven't seen it, I mean, it feels like it's everywhere.
Maybe,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's just everywhere at this
Yes,
point. It's
yeah.
now become like the marketing for it.
Right.
Steve Rogers is back.
He's back, dude.
He's back.
And he's
Chris
not just
Evans.
back. He's like playing a huge role in this thing.
First teaser trailer, we get to see, what do we see? We see slow panning up him on the motorcycle, him walking into the house, and then you get the reveal that he has a kid.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy. You
That's
get
it.
you get the shot of him looking down before you get to see even really who it is, and you get to see him looking at the cap suit. Man.
Dude, I see people having a problem with this. Where do you stand with this decision to bring him back?
Oh gosh.
And is it the same way you felt when you first found out about it?
Yeah. I'm so torn.
Are you really?
I'm having a hard time feeling totally optimistic going into Doomsday because it feels like it's a little all over the place. However, it feels to me like we totally just like retconned almost phases 4 and 5. Like I know you didn't. I know it happened, but for you to say basically this is directly a sequel, and then you immediately kind of show the events right after, and you're going to bring back not only RDJ, but you're also going to bring back Chris Evans. It feels a little bit like they understand that what they were doing just didn't work.
Yes.
And it didn't work, clearly. I think I would be curious to know how the more common Marvel fan feels about this than we do. For me, it feels a little bit like it undermines Endgame a little bit. I'm not gonna act like it doesn't, because at the same time, that emotional payoff of the end, you know, I feel like it was right to leave it there. Now, with that said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with myself. It's also gonna be 8 years by the time we get this movie, probably maybe 7, but 7 years since we've gotten Chris Evans back. I think that's a pretty good long time in between to make you feel the effects of not having him.
100%.
It also feels kind of objectively hilarious that like Anthony Mackie comes, he has his big movie finally, does really bad, and immediately they go, yeah, get Chris Evans back. And I know they're not gonna like usurp him right now, but
Right.
like still, it's a little funny.
I would love to speak to that specifically because
Okay.
that's the biggest complaint I see people saying is like, why aren't you giving Anthony Mackie his time to shine?
Yeah, I don't worry about that.
First of all, the major audiences were saying, can we have a reality check for just a second? You and I both didn't mind Brave New World. There are some people that hated that movie. And for the most part, the movie flopped. The movie did not do good. People didn't go and see it. People didn't speak highly of it who did see it. The across-the-board consensus from Marvel fans alike was Cap 4 flopped because Chris Evans is no longer in the MCU. So I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong as a fan to like say this undermines Anthony Mackie as Cap, but to like act as though you're suddenly coming to Anthony Mackie's defense, it starts to feel like you're just complaining to complain because you hated Cap 4 because Chris Evans wasn't at the helm. And then Chris Evans comes back because everyone was saying that. And you're like, but what about Anthony Mackie? It's not fair, dude. Just pick a side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, in the comics, Steve gives the shield over to Sam. He gives it over to Bucky, and he's still in the background. He's just Steve Rogers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think they make the important distinction in Brave New World at the end. It says Captain America will return. And then in the trailer, it says Steve Rogers will return.
Right.
They're two separate characters.
Yes.
And I know it's hard for people to separate, but canonically, in the story where it's at, that's what's going on. Mm-hmm. Also, to speak to the Endgame thing and it undermining Endgame, I appreciate that you said, and I think enough time has passed to where you can return to that story and touch it in some capacity and it won't be that affected. I think ultimately that story, Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, that whole arc, I think was concluded so well and effectively and emotionally that I think what resonated with people back then will always resonate with the people that were there to see it. I don't think that will change. I think it to me, it makes complete sense that Steve Rogers would go back in time, marry a woman he was never meant to see again, have a kid with her, and spend the rest of his life with her, catching back up to the present day to meet back with the Avengers he left in the year 2018 or 19 or whatever. It makes sense to me that creates a rift in space and time. Like, it would make sense that would be something. I mean, I'm basing this completely off of theories and speculation. But there's a theory that Doom essentially goes after Steve, because in Doom's head, it's like, I kill Steve, I repair the cracks in the multiverse, I prevent the incursions, and the multiverse is, under my control, whatever. I can kind of cut the loose ends and get this down to something I can control. And so that's why he's going after Franklin, because Franklin has the power to create new realities. That's why he's going after Steve, because Steve broke reality. It just makes sense to me that something that big that Steve did, it makes sense to me that would create a problem in the multiverse, and that would prompt something from Doom or something from the Avengers to have to repair. Like, is it great for Steve's character? Yes, but it makes sense that causes problems. Like, dude, you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be with Peggy.
Yes. Can I add one thing to that too?
Yeah.
I think with what we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine of there being the importance behind an anchor being, and they mentioned the whole time what happened when Logan died. I do wonder if maybe this is how we tie it in, that Chris Evans' Captain America was the main anchor being of this Earth. And I wonder if maybe that's how we get there. That basically this is how you have the incursion. We bring in Doom because basically now you've had the anchor being go, everything's going to crap.
That's why it's going to crap. I like that a lot, dude.
So I wonder if maybe that's where they go, but
that's where they should go.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. That's honestly, I think, the perfect direction to take it in. I just think all the complaints I see, it has to be from, and I say this respectfully, fans that don't have that much current emotional investment in the story. It feels like...
Do you think that?
I think so.
I almost feel like I'm seeing it the flip way. Is that crazy? I feel like mostly consensus I'm seeing is that people are saying online, oh, well, Marvel stinks, so they brought Chris Evans back, but, like, let's go. I almost feel like I see from the regular Marvel fan like you and I that it's almost a bit more like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It just feels
like...
You think it's flipped?
Well, to me, it just feels like for 2 years we've wanted to feel like we're going into Doomsday with emotional investment and with a story that feels cohesive. And ultimately, a lot of the reason that Doomsday has been such a messy process getting put together, it was out of Marvel's control. Marvel didn't tell Jonathan Majors to go nuts and chase his girlfriend up the street. Like, he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't want to fire the guy. They had a plan. They had a plan that they had constructed before Endgame came out. That's why you went straight into... That's why Loki went into... he went back in time and he used the Tesseract to get the heck out of there in Endgame. They had a plan, and it involved Kang from the start. So when you uproot that for reasons you can't control, it's like, I think that what we're seeing is literally the best they could have done with the time they were given and the resources they had. To me, and it feels great bringing the X-Men in. I mean, for how long have we wanted to see the OG Avengers with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and now you're actually genuinely going to get it. You might even get both Spider-Man in there, too, just to put the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? Yeah. It just feels like it's like a perfect thing. And frankly, when it comes to the multiverse, you've said it before, this is a very risky medium of storytelling. You're telling a very risky, you're playing a risky game here, because the multiverse can't be that deep. I mean, the stakes don't feel high because it's like, everything that happens here, it's like, well, there's some other reality where it's not happening, so why should I really care? You know, and if you can just go back in time, or you can just go back and change one thing, and then all these realities like cease to exist. Like, what's the point in all of it? It should just be one continuous thing. I think ultimately you have to make it like this big fan servicey thing. You have to bring something in that ties everything together and gives people a reason to care. And honestly, it sucks to say, but even the stuff that Disney and Marvel did put out that they could control, your Moon Knights and your She-Hulks and your Miss Marvels, people don't care about. You'll find people that love those shows, but the Marvel community as a whole didn't. So you have to bring in people that people are going to care about.
Can I challenge you a little on the Doomsday thing, though?
You can.
It makes me nervous that when we saw for a while the filming of Doomsday, we saw on the press tour of Materialists, we saw Chris Evans and Dakota Johnson there, and they said, oh, yeah, well that's where Pedro Pascal is right now filming that. At the time, it was hush-hush that Chris Evans never said a thing about being in Doomsday, ever. All of a sudden, we finally just got this teaser now. He wasn't there at all in the filming, really, that we saw, because he was on his own press tour, at least when they were doing that chunk of it. I'm a little nervous about that.
You think it was done at the last second?
Well, why would they keep it under wraps and then decide that they just wanted to drop it like that? I know maybe because it was like a year out, so they were hoping for it to just be exactly 1 year to kind of keep that like tighter. But it's weird that they kept it so under wraps and acted like, no, of course he's not in it. And then they were like, actually, he's the main thing we're advertising. Like, it's a little weird.
I don't know, dude. I think this was planned out.
You think it was intentional?
I think they brought the Russo brothers in.
Do you think all the leaks, too, were intentional? Did you see this?
Yes.
Online, like, everything dropped.
I think a majority of the leaks are
Spider-Man, Brand New Day, you had everything with these trailers for Doomsday.
I think there's like 3 people in the world who have seen the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, and one of them leaked the trailer.
Yeah.
This is not getting shown to people.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like Chris Evans said in those Materialist interviews, he said it would have to be
perfect.
The literal perfect idea and reason for them to bring me back to justify my return. He was like, it would have to be something that they slide across the table that I cannot resist. And I think I trust him, dude. Like Chris Evans for 6 years would go on press things and people would be like, do you miss Cap? Do you miss what they're doing over there? And he'd be like, of course I do. But frankly, like, it just ended so perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
story complete.
I remember him saying multiple times, I'm so protective of that ending that I just refuse to come back. So to me, I don't think it's a money thing. Like, I don't think it is. I think they must have presented him with a story that was, like, compelling enough that he was like, I can't not be a part of this. And that, to me, is just enough. Like, I just feel like there must be something in there. Because he has emphasized on countless occasions, it's not about the optics of just me being back in a role that I feel comfortable in. Like, I need to really feel like I'm telling a story that audiences can feel, like, proud of. And I don't think...
Well, it's anti-him anyway. Like,
Right.
almost every project he does every time now is like he's the big jerk. I mean, I know Materialist wasn't that, but...
Yeah. I don't... Dude, I just...
He's like the big ego head guy, and then he goes to play Steve Rogers, who's like the complete antithesis of that.
Yeah. I don't know. And Robert Downey Jr. has said the same thing. I remember there was a clip, and I don't watch it, but there was a clip of him on Rogan where Robert Downey Jr. was like...
I've seen this.
Would you want me to come back? And Joe Rogan was like, yeah. And he was like, but it was just so perfect. Like, it would, or maybe, but who's to say? And then he's on the stage 3 years later.
He feels different to me than Chris Evans.
I don't know, because Robert Downey Jr. got an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, and I think that everything changed for him. I think at this point...
You think with Oppenheimer?
I think when Oppenheimer happened, and he won that award... I would be shocked if everyone didn't come calling for his name, but he chose Avengers.
You think he got offered like $80 million? I mean, that's crazy.
I know, it's game-changing
He's
money.
done like 4
it's
films
game-changing
since
money.
Endgame.
But dude, he got offered like $40 million for Dr. Dolittle, and that movie got like 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's just about the money for some of these people. I think it's the integrity of the story, and I think that the story must be so good that they're like, I have to come back.
I agree with Chris Evans.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about RDJ.
I understand that, because that's
He's
a
done
crazy...
like 3 legit films.
That's like Robert Downey
Oppenheimer being
Jr.
the only good one.
I get it, because now, like, Robert Downey Jr., like, financially, like, fiscally, he could purchase, like, half of Africa right now. Like, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like all of these characters... Chris Hemsworth was, like... I remember him saying, I feel like I'm done with the MCU for a while. because I found out that Alzheimer's
Thor:
runs
Love
in
and
my...
Thunder sucks. No,
Do you remember this? He
yes,
did a documentary where he like discovered
this,
more
yeah.
about his like past and family history, and he was like, I found out that like Alzheimer's runs in my family,
And I want to spend more time with them.
so he was like, I don't know if that's gonna bite me in the butt and if that's gonna affect me someday, but if it does, I want to make sure I'm living every moment to the fullest, and so I'm good with movies for now. If it means I could, and then a year later he's in Avengers Doomsday. So to me, I'm like, there must be something here, dude. It can't just be a cash grab. Like for all the people saying this must just be like a fan servicey slop fest. I really am like, I don't think it is, dude.
Yeah.
I think there's something here. You got Chris Evans, you got Robert Downey Jr., you got Chris Hemsworth, you got rumors about Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire coming back, both of whom have retired their characters multiple times and said they don't want to ever come back unless the story is perfect. You know what I mean? I just feel like...
Can two things be true, though? That I'm equally, like, so hype about it, but it also shows that Marvel for the last several years has sucked, and now we kind of have to go off nostalgia.
That's absolutely true. Yes.
And so it's both. I mean, I am so hyped for it at the same time because all those things combining together, like you say, I think it's going to be great. And who can't look at this and say, I'm so glad Chris Evans is back?
Of course.
He's the reason, like, him and RDJ were the reasons you showed up.
To me...
And now they're both back.
Yes, again, but like you said, two things can be true. Like, on the one hand, it's fan service. On the other hand, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans for 10 years were the beating heart of that MCU body.
Right.
And... like, it's essentially like they cut off both legs of the MCU and they expected it to continue to walk. And
I agree with that.
It can't.
Totally.
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, it's like I understand it's fan service. On the other hand, they are the engine that keeps this thing running. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, you know what? Go for it, dude. Go for it. I'm seated for all of it.
Marvel should be something that's continuous. It should always be going, I think, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
know
I
a lot
agree.
of people say, like, it should have ended here. It shouldn't. It should just keep going. That's how this works. That's
Yes.
how it always worked in the comics.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
But Endgame, the way they designed it, was a bit like a finale. Like, total finale.
Yep.
And then they just totally didn't take the right steps post that. And honestly, partly, I know people blame them. I'm going to blame a little bit two things. COVID, also the writer's strike. A lot of that totally screwed them up. A lot of their projects, their slate was just totally thrown.
Great point, dude. Yep.
And I think it was just at a terrible time. You had the Kang thing, so many things that, like you've said this before, right? You just said this. So I know I'm going back and forth on kind of where I'm at.
Dude, say it again.
But yeah, it's just like you had the vision there and kind of everything undermined it.
Yep.
And it kind of just didn't work.
It was out of their hands,
And
I feel
so
like.
now I feel like, in a way, this is the only way you can salvage this.
It is. And it's okay. Because it's the multiverse, and why shouldn't Captain America be there?
Right, but Captain America even, I don't know why I said it like that, Captain America even on that doesn't even have to be a multiverse thing.
No.
It's just time travel.
No,
back
you're
to
just
the past.
preparing the rift in time and space that was created when
that
somebody
to
who
me-
was supposed to die in the present day went back and spent 60 years with a wife he never should have had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course it's happening.
Yeah.
Of course there's an incursion.
I feel like time travel, though, never bothers me as much as multiverse. No. I don't know if you feel that way. I'm so thankful for the multiverse in a way, because it gets us all those cool moments of people coming together. But at the same time, like, it's so messy, like you said.
Time travel needs to be tastefully done, but it can be done.
Yes.
The
It's so much
multiverse
easier.
weakens a lot of stories unless you bring in something that threatens the entire multiverse.
Right.
Doom. And then you bring in something significant enough to defend it. Chris Evans.
You got one
as
path
Steve.
versus 5 paths all trying to come together. That's just way more wonky.
Right.
But
And
yeah.
frankly, you know what? Like, I think this services Anthony Mackie as Captain America. I think Chris Evans being back helps him a lot. Because I think
credibility.
Soup said this. There's going to be a scene in that movie where Falcon, Sam Wilson likely goes to give the shield back to Steve or says, well, hey, you're back. Here you go. And Steve is like,
No.
you're Cap.
Yeah.
And that's going to be huge for audiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bigger than Sam Wilson, frankly, and it's unfortunate because it should have been enough, but bigger than Sam walking into a room in his TV show and in his movies going, I'm Captain America. You know, sometimes it takes the guy telling you who Sam Wilson is, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to take that.
They have fumbled him hard. That's again.
have. And I feel bad,
it's so
dude.
mixed because it's like I feel for them, but I also feel like there's so many things concretely that they've just messed up. Like the fact that we've only seen Cap. His first movie was 2025. Yeah, 2025.
Yep.
And he had 3 appearances since Endgame. Mm-hmm. Like that's a mistake.
And now he's the leader of the Avengers, which
Right.
of course he is. But like it should have made more sense.
You just
when it
didn't do
happened.
enough for him.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I totally agree. I think having him go there.
Yep.
So for me, the stamp is this. I feel like there's like an elephant in the room. You have to acknowledge like a little asterisk on the thing. Yes, did Marvel mess up some of the last few years? Totally. But also, is it equally hyped to have them back? Immensely.
100%.
So glad we have Chris Evans back. So excited to see them. And I'm going to blindly, optimistically trust. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
If there's a movie to do it, it's now.
Yeah.
Because you know
Let
what?
them prove you wrong.
Fan service or not, we're never getting something like this again.
Yeah.
Never.
Do you agree with that? I feel like at this point, let's go into it and expect it to be good. And if it really blows, I don't know what, like, they're done.
And then it's
like,
over.
I don't know what you
It's
do.
over. Either way, this is never happening again. You're never going to have a successful run of like 25 years of stories that you can culminate into a multiversal event and have people care. You're going to have to wait another 100 years. You can't do that again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether it flops or succeeds, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Fan service it up. Who cares, dude? You know what I mean? Go for it. Whatever.
I'm with it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. And should Cillian Murphy be playing Doctor Doom? Maybe. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
dude,
you're getting Doctor Doom.
We need Lars.
Hey, Lars, what's his name?
Eidinger?
Eidinger? Whatever. Yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But great points, dude. Yeah, and I mean, that's all we can speak to that because we don't know more. They're releasing, supposedly, the rumors say, a Thor trailer next week, then a Doom trailer, evidently, and then like an official Avengers teaser that kind of covers the whole thing.
Do you think that's going to be like a Super Bowl thing? Or that's probably too early.
There's another rumor that none of those trailer rumors might be true, and it might be just a Super Bowl thing. I think there will be some Super Bowl spot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just the Avengers thing that we're rumored to get in 3 weeks being re-shown during the Super Bowl.
Are you surprised that we have Doomsday coming out in a year from today? Spider-Man Brand New Day in 6 months, and yet we're getting all the Doomsday stuff and nothing about Brand New Day.
It is something to think about.
Dude,
we did get the
my gosh.
we did get a Brand New Day trailer, but I don't know. I think
we got the best news about Brand New Day ever. Thank goodness. We have arrived. We have made it. Oh my gosh. The report just came out that Zendaya's MJ is going to have a boyfriend in Brand New Day, and it's
who's
probably
it?
going to be
It's
Harry
Tom,
Osborn.
right? It's Peter, right?
Oh, it's Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No.
Who is it?
Here's my little Zendaya. But
Who is it? It's Ned. It's the curse of Ned. Oh,
Ned, that little hobgoblin.
So who is it?
I think it's Harry Osborn, right? What they're doing? But dude, thank goodness. We came out not long ago and said they should not have her in this movie because of the events of No Way Home.
Yeah.
Thank goodness now. If they're going to bring Zendaya back as MJ, they needed to do this. This is the way you do it. I was nervous.
Yeah.
You were nervous.
I do.
We saw pictures of her at the graveside. We saw her just interacting with Tom. Yeah, she got a boyfriend. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're so back.
Well,
this is what we needed.
Here's my question. My only reservation is: does this whole movie, like, does the emotional core of this movie now just become Peter trying to like prove who he is to MJ so that she drops the boyfriend and gets back with him? Is that what this is?
It can't be. It can't be.
Or do we get one of the more emotionally resonant scenes we've ever gotten from Spider-Man where he sees MJ from afar with her boyfriend and he recognizes that being Spider-Man means the sacrifice it takes to walk away from that?
Yes, that's exactly what we get. We're going to get a mixture of two things. We're going to get the Peter, Andrew's Peter, sitting watching Gwen walk away.
Yes.
From like up top on the building.
Yep.
We're going to get the scene at No Way Home of him talking to Happy, where they're both at the graveside just like, yep, oh, you knew her? Oh, yep. That's what's going to happen with MJ. He's just going to see a moment and he's going to have a similar like kind of smile. No, he needs to move on, kind of. And that's where we're going to get Sadie Sink.
Oh, so you think this is a romantic
I don't
thing?
know. No, I don't know.
Because we can't speak much to what was in the trailer or else we're going to get in trouble.
Did you see some of the stuff?
I
know
did.
We can't talk too much about it. Do you think they're trying to throw us off with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, because I saw a lot
You're
of...
telling me the first reveal kind of implicates her as like a problem
villain?
for Spider-Man? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
It seemed a little too coordinated. All of a sudden you get 3 leaks 3 days in a row.
Right.
And it was weird. It was like I think it's intentional, the leak thing. Because you get 3 days in a row of leaks. They're the lowest quality thing you can ever see, and it's like some dude recording like a screen over there, like from this angle.
It's like a
crazy.
phone through a phone through a phone.
Yeah. It's like a potato camera.
Yes.
It's like what we recorded our Supergirl trailer through. But they do the whole thing out, and everybody gets talking. Everybody reposts it. You mentioned Soups earlier. Did you see his video? And there was this really funny trend going on where I saw a bunch of the reactors that we follow and stuff
Reacting to him,
reacting to the reaction of the like it was like it got to like an 8-way where it was just like people reacting. It was like an Inception thing.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
It was really funny.
That's funny.
But it got so much buzz, got people talking. And guess what? We barely even know anything. I think it's perfect. Now everybody's hyped.
Yeah.
So
The movie's gonna cook either way, dude.
one final question for you.
Oh.
Do you think Brand New Day grosses more than Doomsday? Or would you flip it?
I think Doomsday grosses more, but I think it's actually going to be pretty close.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think Brand New Day is going to be like a huge thing for Marvel. But
Okay.
I also think like everything that gets publicly revealed about Doomsday has been just monumental. I mean, you think about the chair reveal, and we're like, oh, okay, Anthony Mackie's back. Oh, okay, whatever. The guy who played M'Baku is back. Oh, good, okay. And then all of a sudden, the X-Men just start appearing in the chairs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Ian McKellen, isn't he 902? Like, holy smokes, dude. Like, and that was major. You get the Robert Downey Jr. reveal, and then all of a sudden Chris Evans is back. And I'm like, every public reveal for this movie has been internet breaking, world shaking, open your window and you hear people talking about it in your street and in your neighborhood type thing. I mean, Spider-Man is always going to be that safe
But
bet
he's
for
always
the
a
big
draw.
hit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But Doomsday is like, I
But he's
think
got-
by the time that movie comes out, people will be like, I cannot miss this.
But I think he's got a better rap right now. Like, I think Spider-Man
Right now.
overall, everyone's just like, oh, it's just Spider-Man.
Right
Doomsday,
now,
it's
dude.
like,
Yeah, but you're telling me you don't think that a trailer where the X-Men and the Fantastic Four are teaming up with the
probably
Avengers to take on Doctor Doom is going to come out, and every comic book fan, like it or hate it, are not going to at least be
Yeah.
like, I need to see what's going on.
it worried me, though, the Fantastic Four thing. Worried me. How low it did this year.
Sure.
It just made me a little concerned. I mean, maybe I just thought they were a bigger draw than they were. I mean, I've never been connected to them, but
I thought they would be a pretty big draw too. I thought that would be kind of the runaway movie of the summer. But
for sure, you're right. You're right.
yeah, I just
mean,
think when it's all
huge.
together,
All
you
of
know what I
them,
mean?
Yeah,
You know?
added in.
And especially if it
The
starts to
X-Men,
seem
too.
like the story looks cohesive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just like a cameo fest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, first time we're seeing a proper X-Men done with like
Dude.
in like an MCU setting.
It's gonna be crazy.
Not
You know
just
what I
like
mean?
their own Foxverse.
You know what I'm saying? And to further the Spider-Man thing,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man in his own movies is huge enough. Imagine, Avengers trailer. Oh, Avengers Doomsday, the big title, and then you hear the music. Oh, it's not quieting down, and then it goes back into like one of those last cutaway scenes in the trailer, and then it just like cuts over to Tobey Maguire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Automatically, it's like, oh, okay, so the Doomsday is just going to be the biggest movie that's ever happened
Yeah.
ever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can't. I feel like that movie is you can't not bet on that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? But
I
it
agree.
will be pretty close.
I agree.
2026 is going to, I genuinely think, financially, movie theaters are never going to be more back.
It's projected to be, I think, the biggest one since 2019, which is great.
And it will be.
Can we speak to one thing about movies coming out next year?
Absolutely.
We got totally robbed in our theater. We showed up early. We did our due diligence. Everything, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, we got zero Odyssey anything. I had been hearing that attached to Avatar was going to be the first 6-minute like prologue
Did you
of
really?
the Odyssey.
I thought it was only going to be, they were only doing that before the IMAX showings of like,
Are
I
you
thought it was
serious?
like an IMAX thing.
Is this for sure?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I have no
I'd
idea.
seen a bunch of people talking about it, so that was just what I thought was going
Maybe,
on.
dude. I don't know.
Okay, maybe I just missaw that.
Because
then.
I heard that. I heard what you were saying. I heard that
Yeah.
it was only going to be in front of IMAX, and then I heard that it was only going to be just a new trailer.
Okay.
So I heard also, and then we got
Okay.
none of it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
I was just shocked yesterday. We just went into it.
Right.
And I was like, what in the world? Like,
Yeah.
Avatar just started. We see him flying over, and I was like,
I don't know, man.
where'd we go?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a bummer.
It was weird, yeah.
But speaking
And-
of Avatar, I don't know.
Speaking of Avatar, I think it's time.
You think it's time? What were you going to say at the end there?
No, just the fact that it was like, I thought we were getting so many trailers going into that. And
Yeah.
honestly, that was the quickest we've gone into a movie that I've seen this year.
Right.
Like, that was the least amount of ads I've seen. And I'm sure it's because of the movie length, but
Yeah,
still.
because the movie was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 hours long.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it was insane
something
how
else.
long it was.
Yes.
I've never seen a movie that long in theater.
Dude, I'll tell you what. We saw it now. It's been almost, what is it? Like 20 hours since we sat
Yeah.
down to watch the movie.
Yep.
So I am like really curious. You and I haven't said a word.
No.
We got home last night and we played Fortnite for a couple hours and still didn't talk about the movie. We were just sitting there in silence. So I'm desperate to know what you thought about this movie.
Should we give our rating?
Yes. We just saw on opening night Avatar Fire and Ash. James Cameron's Avatar Fire and Ash. And we're ready to give our ratings on a scale of 1 to 10.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
7.4.
Okay, I'll go 7.8.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You know,
Okay, yeah, I'm surprised to hear you say that, dude.
It's weird because usually I'm like 11 out of 10, and then then after 2 weeks
no,
I'm like, it was
good
a 5.
with that rating. I'm good with that rating.
I feel like confident. This is the rating that I will just be at forever. Okay. 7 point.
So-
what did I say? 4.
We both had different experiences with this movie, though, I will say.
A little bit.
I did not get to see Way of Water in theater like you did. So I never have seen it in theater. I've never seen. I obviously didn't see the first one either. So I have not gotten to see an Avatar movie in theaters. This is my first time. It just hits different.
It does.
It just hits.
It does,
It's
dude.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think that changes it a little bit for me. Because usually I feel like I tend to be a little lower than you are. And obviously I'm higher now. But the thing I think for me was the dropping point was it was a great movie. It just felt like it was Way of Water Part 2.
Yes.
And like not as like a part 2 to that movie. It was like the second Way of Water. It just done again. And it just didn't like it was just a lot of things that I was like, this is really great and I'm engaged with it and I love it. But I've also seen this before.
Yes.
That's just kind of how I felt, I think, as an overall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the first time that it feels like James Cameron has like almost like cornered himself in his own story, where it's like you have this world that demands to be expanded upon, and you're stuck with the same characters playing this cat and mouse game that really, honestly, I don't know if it's at the fault of James Cameron specifically. It's more just because you've devoted the story to these characters, you can only do so much. You know what I mean? And I just think it corners the story a little bit. And it makes for either safe storytelling or storytelling that maybe challenges you a little bit, but ultimately just kind of drags a little bit because it's still in this world that feels huge and unexplored, but just confined to this specific space.
Right.
And it limits the story. I don't know if you want to speak to this first, but I feel like just like the I think that this was my least favorite Avatar movie.
Agreed.
But I don't know how much that really says in terms of me hating it, because I like all of them for different reasons. I think this was definitely my least favorite, and I knew that the second I saw it.
Yeah. I felt that way too.
I think ultimately the draw of Avatar is not its characters, it's its world. It's Pandora. And the first 2 movies feel like a perfect down-the-middle split between we're exploring upon these characters and we're building this world out for you to see. And this story goes heavy on the characters.
Yes.
And I think the problem is when you've set up a handful of characters that are not compelling and not deep in a world that is the draw of the movie. People are going to these movies to see the world. It's a rare thing. It's like saying I'm a Star Wars fan because I want to see Tatooine again. Like, it doesn't happen often. But this is a situation where people are really invested in Avatar because of the world that's being built out before them. And so when you've established that, where you have this franchise that really thrives off of how expansive and lore-heavy its world can be, but you restrict the story and say, we're going to focus on the characters for this one, you take the central draw of the franchise out of its own movie. And ultimately, I think, unfortunately, as emotionally invested as at times I felt during the story, I don't think the characters are compelling enough to lead the story. I don't.
Okay.
I think that ultimately I ultimately think Pandora should be the driving force behind these movies, and I think that when you focus more on the characters and almost like put the world on the sidelines, you limit the story for how high it can go. Unless, of course, and spoiler warning, you challenge the characters or you really start making these like crazy big decisions, and he doesn't do that either.
Yes.
Every character survives.
Yes.
And there's no resolution. The villains escape, and the family survives.
The one doesn't, but...
And even that one they cut away. You know what I'm saying?
You don't fully
know. You don't know. And I just think... I think if you're going to focus on the characters in the third movie, great. Because you see bits and pieces. They challenge Neytiri as possibly being almost like prejudiced against her own children and her own family because they're part human. You have the plot where it's like the Sullys are hiding out with the Water Clan, but when the Water Clan is confronted by the Ash people and the humans to give up the Sullys, you see a little bit of like conflict in there of like, do we give them up? Because technically they're our own adopted people now, but they haven't always been, and they're not like, they're not like a part of us. Like
they're kind of selling us out
right,
constantly.
like, do we give them up to protect ourselves? The children, there's so many things there. There's so many different beats and this and that, and Jake almost like feeling like a kinship to his human roots, but also like really being ride or die for this world that he's invested himself in. There's so many different angles, and I think that the story roots itself in that, and I think that it succeeds. But ultimately, I think that the story really is just at its best when it's exploring Pandora, and in order for them to really make this a character-driven story, they had to sacrifice the world. And I think that the story suffers a little bit because of it.
I think they did make it a world and a character. I think both of them get shown equally, in my opinion.
Okay.
However, I think it's just stuff we'd seen.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So I know. I guess that's what you're trying to say.
You don't blow it up
Nothing
enough.
was new at all.
And when
you see the beauty of the ocean, and you get even the same line about the ocean was before you were born and after you die, and all that going through. And it just felt like it was the same thing.
Yes.
And I think with the character arcs, for the most part, I think you bring up a good one. Neytiri, I think, was the one that had the most whole-rounded thing. You get her versus Jake, her versus her family.
Yep.
Just ways how she grows throughout the movie.
Yep.
Everyone else was doing pretty much the same exact thing.
Yep.
I mean, I always forget his name. Loak, I think, right? Loak versus Jake, right? They have that same pitting the whole time.
Amazing. It's
and
great.
It pays off great. But it's the exact same thing you see in the second one. It's just a little bit more pay. Like, you finally get a little bit of payoff, right?
And for how long the movie is, it even felt like that payoff was a little bit rushed because it spends the whole thing. Jake blames Loak for the death of his other son, Taeam.
Yes.
And it almost feels like at the end when he finally like reconciles with his son and is like, I'm proud of you and I believe in you and I need you right now. It feels like it's more a desperation play from Jake where it's like, if I don't get my son to help me out here, I'm dead.
Yeah, and he also says the reasoning he's okay with him. He says, you've proven yourself to me.
Yeah.
Not that like
he didn't have to.
No, right. That was the wrong thing. Like
Right.
he didn't have to. You were being too hard on him. You
Right.
put stuff on him.
Yeah.
And he's really been trying to look out for your interest. It should have been like like the moment of like, I see you. Like,
Yep.
I see who you are, and like, I'm sorry that I was wrong.
Yes.
Not like, oh, you actually proved yourself to me though. You actually did good work there. So yeah, you're good. Like,
Yeah.
you saved somebody there. Yeah. And with the character arc thing, man, somebody I'm out on. I'm so out on Spider.
Are you really still? I
Yeah,
understand
I'm
after
s-
Way
I'm
of Water,
st-
but
I'm
still?
Okay. I'm out on what they did with him, man.
Okay.
I felt like they had a perfect opportunity for Spider to have a great dynamic with Quaritch. More than just, oh, they kind of feel a little something because they realize they should, and who knows, and let's tease it again where they're both gonna save each other. I think it would have been so much better if we had Spider do something almost where like it's a fall to the dark side thing, where like he gets persuaded by Quaritch, where like finally he understands maybe this is why I should actually root for my humankind, and so then he joins them, and it becomes more of a plot against them, and then you get the payoff of him seeing Grace again, and like they're like, Grace, what's her name? I don't even remember Grace, but they get that payoff moment where it's like, okay, I kind of understand why. I don't know, something like that. You could have done a lot more than you did, like with that whole father-son dynamic thing. And to your point about the world as well, like things like them exploring the volcano, you see it in the background, and
yes.
they just didn't do anything
Speak
with
to
it.
this, please. But this is a great point, dude, because like you said, I really want you to touch on this more. They do expand the world, but when you put something like a volcano in the world, and then it's like dormant, and the world that they explore with the Ash people is like this like grayed out, dead biome.
Yes.
It feels like such a missed opportunity. Every final fight, with how grandiose the story should be and is setting itself up to be, you have the confrontation in the human city at night in a rainstorm. You have the final battle is back in the water at night. You know what I'm saying? When you have a potentially active volcano that you could freaking duke it out in, you know what I'm saying?
So sick.
It would have been awesome,
Mustafar Part 2.
Yeah, dude, I guess that's what I'm saying. I think that, like,
Missed opportunity.
The world is there, but it just feels like it's like you just towed the line around it to focus more on the characters.
Totally agree.
It's like you didn't want the story or the world to distract from what you were trying to do here, but then it's not compelling enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then where it is compelling, the resolution doesn't make up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that maybe I think the scene where Quaritch confronts Spider and hands him the dog tags, I don't think that should have been played for Spider to escape. I think he should have found another way. I think that should have been, like you said, a point where Spider's like, holy crap, I care about Jake and Quaritch. And honestly,
I thought that's where they were going with it, and I was like, this is perfect.
Yes, and honestly, I understand that this is a big driving force behind Quaritch's motivation to want to kill Jake. Is my wife is dead, all my comrades are dead. I think ultimately, if you... maybe it convolutes the story more, but I think a great direction they could have taken is, say the wife never died, say Spider's mom never died, say she's like the general that's in there that dies in this one, say that's his mom instead, you know what I'm saying? Then you have a situation where Spider's like, all right, well, I hate Quaritch, but there's this other parental figure that, like, I feel connected to, that, like, I don't understand, that there's more reasons than just Quaritch to be here. Something to pull me away from the Sullys, because then you have the whole dynamic between Neytiri and Spider, where it's like Neytiri doesn't accept Spider, and ultimately she does at the end.
Yeah.
But it just feels like there's such a tug-of-war thing that could have been played, and it ultimately, like, Quaritch he doesn't officially die. He's falling, and he's screaming, and this and that, but he's falling into the water.
You know
what I'm saying?
He's dead. I think he's dead. But
I don't know, dude.
He was kind of falling into the burning ship, though. Like, that was, like, flying up the thing.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. It's interesting. They definitely left it open.
They did leave it open. They cut away for a reason.
The character arc thing, though, man, you're right. They had so many character arcs that they tease, and they just don't kind of go a direction with either any of them. Like, Quaritch, we said, it could have been the father-son thing. Make him even more despicable. Turn Spider. Or they tease it where him and Jake are talking about understanding maybe this is what the Na'vi people are about. Like, maybe he starts to see it. He mentions it to him like 3 times, and at the end, you finally see him like starting to realize maybe this is the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
They
just duke it out.
It doesn't go anywhere.
They just duke it out and fight, and he just offs himself.
And it stinks because those, I think, are the best scenes in the movie. Yes, of course. Those are the best scenes in the movie.
Agreed.
Where it seems like Quaritch has a deeper level to him. And I'll be totally honest. There was a point where Jake was confronting Quaritch and saying, this world is so much bigger than you imagine. And you see the turmoil in Quaritch's eyes, which, by the way, props to the people in performance capture, because for you to emote enough as an actor is difficult. For you to emote enough that it shows through an animated counterpart is very difficult.
It was really good.
But, like, those are the points where there was a moment where that interaction was happening, and I'm like, I think Quaritch might be my favorite character suddenly.
He was funny.
Because he's
so funny, too.
He's got multiple layers. He's funny.
He was a freak.
Like, he's gosh. But I kind of feel like, again, it goes nowhere. And I think there were multiple points where I was like, all right, in a story where I've never cared about the characters, I've only cared about the world, I care about the characters here. Can't wait to see what happens. And then nothing happens. And you're like, darn it, man. All right, we're back to caring about the world, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't, there might be a 4, there might be a 5. I don't know if I care to see Jake Sully again. You know what I mean? He should have died, I think.
Yeah. Did you feel, yes, you bring a great point. It did feel safe.
Yeah.
It felt like Way of Water, what I thought was so good, partly about it, was the emotional punch you get when the older son dies. Mm-hmm. I totally did not see that coming.
Yeah.
And the way they do that was just like, I think it's like, that movie I think is phenomenal. And it's just so masterfully done. And the way you feel that. I felt like this was more of just like an emotional slap. Like, it was just like not even a slap. I don't like one of they just like...
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really feel like anything hit me too hard ever. Like, the moment that was supposed to be designed for that was the Spider moment.
Yes.
And to me, it was kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't even, like, he was kind of annoying me, so I wouldn't even care. But they built it up so much where you felt like, all right, something's got to give here. At least Jake or Neytiri, one of the two of them is gone, I think for sure. And I was pretty sure it was going to be Jake, and they were going to have Neytiri raise up the other kid. They were going to go 4 and 5 where... we're going to have it from a different perspective. We're going to either have it from, I keep messing up her name, Grace, the daughter that's like connected with Awa.
I just say Grace.
Yeah, or the son. One of the two of them was going to be like the driving force of this whole thing. No. Like Jake, everyone's alive. which like it's like you're glad, but also you're like I just feel like I kind of wanted to feel like I was kind of hoping there was going to be something that made me want to cry, and there wasn't.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
The closest thing was when Jake thought he had to sacrifice Spider to keep his people safe.
I was more sad because of Jake's perspective, not because I felt something for Spider.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Here's what I think.
I think you were supposed to.
Right. Here's what I think you could have done with the story, assuming most of the characters live. Mm-hmm. If you can't kill off Quaritch definitively, and if you don't want to kill off Jake, here's what you do. Throughout the story, you see Quaritch gets disavowed by the military and grounded. They're like, all right, you've been playing, chase with tag with Jake Sully for years. You're done, buddy. Mm-hmm. Like, you sit this one out. So they strip him of his ability to carry out a mission, and he's refined to the base, which causes him and the Ash people to escape the base on their creatures and confront Jake and the Water people. And they're like going rogue at that point. They're not working with the military in tandem. This is like a totally like rogue operation. Mm-hmm. You have Jake confronting Quaritch multiple times, saying, "This world is bigger than you imagine. Open your eyes. Go your own way." And you see the turmoil in Quaritch's eyes. And now you have a situation where whether Quaritch is loyal to the military or not, they're done with him. Mm-hmm. So here's what you do. I think at the end you have Quaritch and Jake duking it out. Ferocious. Spider tries to get in the middle. They kill Spider.
Yeah.
You kill him. So now Jake sees the I don't know, maybe you see that like maybe Jake is like, "Oh, I need to stop running, but also like I don't know, I got to get the heck out of here." And he like goes somewhere else with his family. But then you have Quaritch be like, "It was all for nothing." Mm-hmm. Now I don't have Spider. Now the military wants nothing to do with me. And I've got nothing left. So then Quaritch goes on his own and he starts rooting himself in Pandora. You bring him back in 3 years and he's like one of the Na'vi people, you know what I mean? Like, dude, there's a compelling story there, you know what I mean? Because this whole cat and mouse game they've been playing led to something and they lost something that meant something to both of them. And they find common ground to that where Quaritch and Jake are like, we can't kill each other. Like, we can't kill each other. Because that's what led to Spider dying. You know what I mean? Is our efforts to try and make that happen. Like, it killed something that we both loved. And they maybe have an emotional moment where they recognize that and maybe go their separate ways. That's far more compelling than the Sullys confronting Quaritch and Quaritch, like, jumping off a rock and landing in fire. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. And then you just have some other military force come in, and then you have a new villain. You know what I mean? And then maybe by the end of the 5th movie, Quaritch is the best character in Avatar. You know what I mean? But again, it's like so many ways you could have layered that story better.
Yeah, having him be the main villain of 1, 2, and 3 effectively is like, I know there was more in 3, but it's just like it does add a little too much.
Right.
For as negative as we're kind of sounding right now, to give it its props. This is why it's not a perfect film, right?
Right.
Like, while it does feel like a rehash, it's also a rehash of some really good stuff.
It is.
Like equally, like for a 3-hour and 15-minute movie, I was engaged the whole time.
Absolutely.
It looked great. It's just it could have been like there. It could have been up there.
Exactly.
And
you have the world, you have the plot, you have the whole thing. If you're maybe a little bit more aggressive with your storytelling and you take a few more chances, I think we're talking about one of the best movies we've had in a couple
I think we're
years.
talking about one of the best trilogies.
Yeah, 100%. There was a point where Jake was in custody where I was like, this feels very War of the Planet of the Apes-esque.
Yes.
I was getting those vibes.
I totally thought that.
And I was like, if this lands the plane, this could be up there for me. And it didn't, I felt. It felt a little
underwhelming for some reason.
And again, a 7.4. I mean, there's so many movies this year that wish they could be a 7.4. You know what I mean? Right. So it's still a great movie. I just think
you didn't kill anybody off except the mother of the other tribe, which
I was hoping she'd die in the second one.
Yeah, she was kind of annoying.
Yeah, she was irritating.
You also didn't kill any of the villains really either, like definitively. So you just kind of didn't feel like you had that set payoff. Like technically nothing changed. Like the Ash people could come back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Also, one last thing I want to talk about that I disliked. I'm so out on Awa. She annoys the snot out of me. What was the design also of the face? That was weird. Yeah, I thought that was really bizarre.
It reminded me of like the we fit with there was like the
Did you remind me of
like face or whatever?
It reminded me of the Tron 1982 little weird thing on the spinning wheel.
Dude. Yeah.
But you got like I don't know. She's the thing that's supposed to be there for them. Yet she never shows up until like it's borderline too late. Like it's like the literal last second and people have already died. I don't get it. Like I get the idea, but it's just kind of like and I understand the relationship with faith in it and kind of how that all works. But it feels to me a little bit like then when you get where Jake is like, no, we can't trust Awa. And everyone else is like, you're wrong, Jake. Like, this is why we... It's like, dude, I don't think he is wrong.
No.
I don't think he is wrong. Like, she's not coming through, clearly.
No.
The great mother. Dude, she took her dang time. She took her dang time. And it was only because Grace almost killed herself.
Right.
And was trying to power through.
Right.
Like, I don't know. That doesn't
and even
seem like
still,
the
it's
best
like it takes both of her siblings to help her through. And then Awa's kind of just... And she turns it... Oh, you guys want...
Oh, you're talking to me? This guy?
So I don't know.
Oh, me? Oh, the whole Na'vi people are dying right now? Nah. I'll get to you in a couple hours. Like,
yeah, right.
It was just, I don't know. I'm out on that. But
I think it was a great movie that could have been better.
Totally.
I think it's a good way to simplify.
We're just disappointed.
Yeah, of course.
Correct?
Not even that. Just kind of like, I don't know.
I'm disappointed.
I don't know what I am. I think because it was still a good movie. You know where it's like the Lord of the Rings.
Satisfied, but
sure
could have taken more.
Sure. To me, the Lord of the Rings movies are, and again, I know we maybe differentiate our opinions on this, but to me, the Lord of the Rings are so perfect, start to finish, that when the Hobbit movies followed up 10 years later, people hated them. And to me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, these are freaking great, dude. Are you kidding me? But it's not like not great by what standard? It's not that it's not great by normal adventure standards. It's not great by the standard that Lord of the Rings set. Mm-hmm. And I think that the first two Avatars, despite
That's
not
perfect.
being perfect,
That's perfect.
set a certain standard in world building, kind of balanced with plot, that when the third one kind of recycles stuff from the first two and doesn't really focus on the world building in a way that really captivates, I think that it's almost like it suffers, but it's not like suffers by traditional standards. It's like suffers because it's not as like I walked out of the first two like my hair just got blown off my scalp type thing. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that. Yeah. It's just that.
Yeah. The first two to me felt like a 4.5 star thing.
Yeah.
Versus this is like maybe 3.5.
Exactly.
Like maybe 4. Yeah. I don't know. Somewhere in there. But yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I feel good with that.
Honestly, go see it. Truly, go see it. It's
if you want to give up your whole night.
If you want to give up your whole night and watch Quaritch get a little freaky with a couple fire people.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They
were really cool, but
yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, there was a couple points, dude, where we were sitting there and I could kind of tell like we hadn't really gotten out of, I don't know, like too deep in it yet, but I was like, I feel like we've been here a while. I clicked my phone and it said we were an hour and a half in.
I did the same thing, dude.
We have more than half of this movie.
Yes,
still.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Like, holy cow.
Dude, my butt hurt and I was like, how long have I been here? And I looked, it was 45 minutes. I was like, 45?
Yeah, like when they talk about breaking up into a first, second, and third act, each act is like over an hour long.
Yes.
It's like, holy cow.
And again, it's a great movie.
Like the final fight rocks, but at the same time, it's like 50 minutes. It's the only movie that you'll have where the second you hit the 50-minute mark, you're like, here we go. Like, here's the ending. Like, it's so funny. You know? But it feels like we have it where sometimes we're at church or other things, and it feels like you love talking to everybody. Yeah. But sometimes it feels like they kind of have something to say. You get through and it's like another thing to say and another thing to say. And you're like, wow, it kind of just keeps going.
We're still going, yeah.
That's exactly how I felt
last night. Didn't I see you last
Sunday?
Sunday? Yeah.
I was like, okay, yes, that's the fun. And I was like, man, it just kind of kept going.
Yeah. I think the movie could have been easily 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was 3 hours and 15.
Does that feel like for some reason there's such a jump to me between like 2 hours and 40 minutes versus like that 3:15? Like it's not that much of a time difference, but for some reason that feels like all the world difference.
It's big here because the moment to moment cuts in this movie are so character driven and so intimate. Mm-hmm. It's not action set piece after set piece. It's action set piece and then 6 deep conversations between characters. So the scenes that you are working with here are like 4 minutes of drawn out intimate dialogue between these characters one-on-one or whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, holy moly, you know what I mean? But it's not holy moly, this sucks. It's more just like, holy moly, just objectively, this could be the greatest movie of all time. I've been sitting here for 3 hours and 10 minutes. You know
love it, but it's almost like I need to watch it in 2 parts.
Yes.
Like there's not a single part of me that's like, this is not good. Yeah. It's just, I just can't sit this long.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I would still recommend it. It's still a great movie.
Yeah, I would too.
Probably not the best Avatar, but it's,
Right.
It's if you're looking to feel more connected to the characters, that's for sure. Go see it. But hey,
Yeah.
And also, probably, definitely, if you can, while it's in there, see it in IMAX or 3D or something where you can like sit there and have your skin blown off your face. You know what I'm saying?
Now, something I was really excited to talk about that people should go not go see, something that people should watch right now tonight. I'll do it tonight. Who says no to tonight?
Who's stopping you?
Who gonna stop you?
Who's gonna grab you and stop you?
Go check out the new Knives Out movie,
dude,
on Netflix.
Golly,
I really like it.
Can we do something that's maybe never been done before? Let's give a round of applause to Rian Johnson. Holy moly.
As much crap as that we give him about the, well, I give him sorry. For as much crap as I give him about the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Knives Out, man, is brilliant.
He has struck gold with this thing, dude. This franchise is so good. So good. I didn't like Glass Onion very much. I'll say that.
Glass Onion's kind of like the middle child you just kind of forget about.
A little bit, a little bit. I think that Glass Onion, if COVID lasted 20 years, I think it would have been a great movie. But I think that it stuck itself too deeply rooted into the current events at that time that it's like the second we got out of COVID, nobody wanted to go back and like listen to characters make jokes about masks and vaccines and stuff, whether you supported it or not. It's like
I also think the cast is the worst in that one. I also think the idea is the worst. I don't think there's much mystery in it.
Yeah,
like it's just kind of like a lot. It's just all lower tier of everything.
I agree.
But the new one, what was it called? Deadman Wake or Wake Up
Deadman? Knives Out 3, Wake Up Deadman.
Wake Up Deadman.
Yeah, dude.
Do we give a little rating?
Yeah, we do give a little rating. I will happily give a little rating.
Right. Get us in there.
Our rating? Wake Up Deadman, a Knives Out story. Or a Knives Out mystery, I think.
Mystery, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
8.5.
I'm going to give it an 8.6. I'll go one step higher.
Just wanted to step above
I'll go right back up to hyping things up a little bit more.
Okay, good.
Thought it was great, dude.
Great.
I thought it was great. I still have a very, very soft spot for the first Knives Out. I think it just blew my mind. I think it's the best one for sure.
It's 1, it's 3,
and then
it's
somewhere
2.
down under the floorboards, you got to rip them up, and you'll find 2.
You pull James Gunn out, and then you'll find Glass Onion under
there. Say hi to what's his face is playing Brainiac, and then
Idinger.
We'll have it by the time the movie comes out. So the first one just kind of was such a pleasant surprise because everyone had those like preset expectations around Rian Johnson because of The Last Jedi. Like it or hate it, you saw his style and you're like, very, very risky storyteller. He likes to take chances.
Which I appreciate. I do.
Of course. Maybe not with your favorite IP,
Star Wars.
You know.
Yeah.
He's just perfect, dude. This is a franchise that could so easily go on for 25 years. This could be a James Bond, sized franchise where there's like 28 installments. You know what I mean?
There's just something about Benoit, man.
He's something special. He's something special, and I like that the story takes. And I like that the story compels him in different directions. Like each time, the first one, it's really his sympathy towards the female character played by Ana de Armas. That drives him. It's a character that's cold and callous and just there for business. I'm just here to tell the mystery. But the driving force behind the arc his character goes on in the first one is his compassion for her. And almost like she could be guilty, but I almost don't want her to be. Like, even if she is, I'll do whatever it takes to protect her because I feel for this girl who's being like harassed by this family, you know? The second one challenges him because it's like, I can't figure out this mystery. This is the impossible mystery. What the heck? This one challenges him spiritually because he's like, everything my eyes are showing me about this case defy everything I believe to be true. And I just love that they're doing that every time. You think you have the character understood, and then it digs a deeper level for him, and I love it. I love the faith stuff. I love the religion stuff that they touched on. Very, very bold for movies nowadays. I thought it was great,
I kind of felt like, too, in this one, he took a slight backseat in a good way. I felt like it was so centered around Father Judd to allow him to kind of be the shark always circling.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And Josh O'Connor, man. Awesome. I have not seen much with him at all. I know he was in Challengers. I know he's
The Crown.
coming. Yeah, I think he'll be in the new Steven Spielberg movie, actually, which maybe we'll talk about at some point. But, I didn't know much of him. Dude, he was great. He was really good. Like, totally, changed my perception. Like, not that I didn't have anything for him. I just didn't know much of him. But now I'm, very high on him.
I'll say I think he was the best companion to Benoit Blanc that we've gotten so far.
Yeah.
I would love
Ana
for
de
him.
Armas was really good, but...
I would love for him to come back, dude. You know what they could do? They could do, like, a...
Like a legacy, Knives Out legacy.
I think you could start interconnecting these movies a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I wish they did.
Like, you know the deleted scene that never got put in the Batman where Batman goes into the cell and he confronts Joker about the Riddler because he just can't figure out what the Riddler's motives are, and he's like, the only way I can figure this out is if I speak to a psycho. And he speaks to the Joker. It's like a 6-minute uncut deleted scene on YouTube. Go see it if you haven't. It's great. I think they should do that with like I think they should do that occasionally, like tastefully put a thing where it's like Benoit Blanc doesn't know what to do, so he goes and visits his old pal Father Judd and just asks for some advice.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, it's a great tandem. The movie's great. Like, the cast is great. The mystery is solid, I think.
Can I pitch something?
Yeah.
I want to see like one more Knives Out 4 or something. I need Knives Out 5 to be like Prison Break or something. And I want it to be all the old like convicts like in one. You get like the mother. What was her name? This is all spoiler, I guess, too, for this movie because now I'm getting in there. But I don't even remember what her name was. Gosh.
No. What was her name? What was her name? The killer in this one.
Yeah, the killer. The killer. You get like Chris Evans back as well. Like, can you imagine if it was like some sort of whodunit thing, like in prison with all the old people, and now it's like which one of them have been redeemed and which one is still just like a total pile of crap.
That'd be funny.
Something funny.
Well, somebody online said one direction you could take the series is in like almost like an archaeological thing. Somebody has stolen an artifact, or somebody has done this and that. Maybe it's less of a murder thing, and it's more this artifact's been taken, or
just Crusaders of the Lost Ark.
You almost kind of make it like an Indiana Jones type thing, where you don't quite make it an adventure movie. Of course, it's still a mystery, but it's like he's more solving like
that's going on in the background, and now you're seeing the aftermath of it.
Right.
Almost.
Say there's like a gallery that houses the world's most sought after artifacts, and suddenly one of them is missing, and all the cameras are pointed at the same thing. It's an impossible thing. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you could take it in that direction as well. It doesn't always have to be a murder mystery, you know what I mean? But
they have to do more. It's the one time I'm going to say it. Like, they have to do more.
Yes.
But the biggest thing, what were you
you want to speak to, like, the core of the film? Because I think that was kind of the most important piece.
For you and I think there was something special with this one, because does it exactly replicate maybe what we believe? I'm not, like, going to say it's that, but you and I both have grown up with Christian faith, and for us, a lot of times in movies, I think it can be easy for that to kind of be the thing that gets misrepresented.
Yes.
I think it can also commonly be a thing that gets shown in a negative way, that the bad guy always ends up being that, or ends up being that the main person with faith is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's like the commonality thing. I was so glad that they made Josh O'Connor's character, Father Judd, like something that actually represented what he believed, as well as making him like true to that through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like everything that he did, you were like, I totally get that. I totally get that. That lines up exactly with what you believe. And you're like, actually, you're nothing hypocritical there. No. I totally believe that you just want the betterment of this church. You know? And so to me, it was something special that was like, I'm really glad that we don't have to, I don't know. Like, it was just nice to see. I feel like that doesn't happen too often where it's perfectly, like, it's shown well. Anyway, so I didn't feel offended by anything at all. And not that I would have necessarily, but, like, sometimes you do.
Yeah, dude, I think, like you said, there's a certain level of overgeneralization that I think happens with the presence of religion in film. Because I think it's easy to see the hypocrisy or the judgment or the corruption that has seeped into the church and mistake that for faults at the hands of the faith that accompanies that.
Yes.
I think it's easy for people to see how, at times, disorganized and dysfunctional the church can be, and blanket that over, faith in God or whatever, guilty of the same thing. Ultimately the protagonist's faith is what drives the story forward, rather than holds it back. There's no, I don't have to sacrifice my faith to just be objective, and the only way I find the killer is if I stop being so nice to everybody and I just start seeing things for the way they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, even Benoit Blanc, who's so closed off from faith, recognizes that at that moment, Father Judd is the only one who can break through because he's the only one who can see the people in that church for the broken people who just need an ear to listen that they are.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, like you said, speaking from experience, I think it's such a disappointing thing because there's so many Christians that I think walk through life just trying to do the right thing and just trying to love people, and they get grouped in with speakers or the big people that are all over the internet that have a loud voice and nothing to say. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate the movie highlighting the value in quiet faith. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I think that's such a message. I haven't even seen a message about quiet faith in a lot of faith-based movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Because they put such a nice contrast between the thing you're describing right now being Monsignor Wicks of that kind of bigger voice, uber
shaking
whatever.
My fist at you,
yeah, right. Condemn you and,
exactly,
and let us fight the world. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think the message that he actually said there of let us not fight the world, but like let us show God to them, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And Christ, and like that's a great message to put forward, and like they actually follow through with it. Totally. Two more side comments on that as well. Just with that movie, I know we have like different people that see some of our clips as well. There's definitely is some sassy in the movie, even though we're talking about faith and stuff. So just know that.
Right. It's a faith.
Yes.
It's a faith-based character in a world that's very.
Yeah. Right.
Unaccepting of.
Yes, that's directed by Rian Johnson. Yeah.
yeah. It's not a faith movie.
Yeah.
It's not a Christian movie.
Second, I will say as well, I think this is the most confused I was throughout the movie. Like throughout one of these three. Like I had a feeling, and again, spoiler warning, but I had a feeling that the gem, like Eve's apple, was inside the the tomb area thing that they had.
Right. Well, because Rian Johnson's whole technique is throughout the movie, I'm going to show you shots that don't make sense, and then I'm going to circle back to it, so it shows like the corpse.
And I watched it twice, so I've seen it twice now.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And it's very good when you watch it a second time. Like seeing all the little hints, you're like, wow, okay, like it was right there, like it's right there in front of you. Mm-hmm. But it's I didn't feel like I had any idea what was going on with everything else in the movie until like the very end. And then it hit me, and I was like, that makes so much sense. Yeah. But during the time, I was like, what is going on? They kind of tease you a little bit with Father Judd sometimes. The way he talks about it makes it seem like he's like a little guilty with what they're doing.
Yeah.
So multiple times I was like, why is he confessing to guilt right now? And I get it now. But
yeah. When Benoit Blanc reads through his story, and he says, why did you do it?
Why did you do it? I was like, what?
I was like, did he do it? And then I was confused, and I was like, oh, okay, why did he take the thing?
Why did you do it? And Father John immediately responds like he did do it.
Yes.
And then there's a point later on when he admits to killing Samson. Mm-hmm. But like he didn't.
He didn't.
So you're like,
he must have just like thought he did?
That was what threw me, I think. Because then I was like,
right.
And I was going to be disappointed. I'm really glad that they made him just a good, pure-hearted character.
Right.
But I think you're right. I think it's 1, 3, 2.
Yes.
In order.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And this franchise could and should and probably
Chris
will
Evans
go on
just
forever.
Rocks, man. I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Because the first time when I watched Knives Out, the original one, it was like such a shock to me because I thought they were just revealing the mystery halfway through. Mm-hmm. And then it became a movie of let me just like support Ana de Armas's character.
Yeah.
Like that was like, let me just like ride for her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you realize you're like, oh shoot, this thing's not even close to over.
No.
Like in terms of the mystery part. And that's why I love that one so much. The first time watching that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I one thing that you and I should do sometime, and we might not even be able to do this on the podcast because I don't know how well it would translate over to the show. You know, for people just watching or listening.
Okay.
We should do like our own like fan cast of like what the next Knives Out movie should be. Like, who would we want in a Knives Out movie?
Yeah, let's do that.
Who would be?
That'll be during like the dog days of January and
maybe
February.
We'll do that. Yeah,
we
like our Knives Out cast or something.
Yeah.
The main character, Benoit Blanc, the person who seems sketchy but actually turns out to not be, the unassuming.
That's cool.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We
should do that.
Yeah, we should.
I feel like there's a lot of people.
Give our own pitch to Rian Johnson.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
this is how we do it. That's perfect.
I think so.
That's perfect.
There's a couple people that I like need to see in a Knives Out movie, and I like need to see them now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, 100%. I think it's great, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've been going for a while. Do we want to like real quickly just like like real quickly. We can talk longer on the next couple because it's obviously coming out week to week.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit of Fallout, right?
A couple television, a couple Fallout,
Yeah.
and Welcome to Derry to talk about.
Oh, right, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to start with there?
Let's start with Fallout.
Okay. All right, so Fallout Season 2, Episode 1 finally just dropped.
Yeah, I don't even feel like we rate this until the whole show's
No,
over,
for
but
sure.
We
for
can
sure.
talk about it.
We did it for Stranger Things, and the second after we did it, I was like, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, probably.
A rating.
The rating
it's too hard.
It's fluid.
It's fluid. It's fluid. We should have done that. So we'll do it at the end. I think it'll come out, finishes in like February, but maybe, yeah. But anyway, first episode, man. What did you think?
It's great. It's great. I'm not as versed in the Fallout lore. I've played a couple of the games.
That's pretty good.
It's so I love the world. I don't know every little bit of lore. But the stuff that I do know and the writing on the wall for like what it seems like they're setting up for, I'm like, oh, I am in, dude. All like Mr. House and this and that. Like I'm into it, dude. This is a story that's it's about to blow up, dude. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I really,
no pun intended.
Yeah, I know. I really like it. One of the few shows in modern television where I don't feel like there's like a loose end. I don't feel like there's like a side plot or a side character that like it cuts to, and I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there were points even in like Breaking Bad where like you'd be watching and you'd be watching and you'd be watching, and then every now and then it would cut to like a side thing with like Mike or with like Skylar, and you're like, dude. Like I just don't. You'd
It'd be
cut to,
Hank
like,
and his wife
Hank,
talking.
You're
Yeah.
right, trying to get
You're like,
Hank's
all right.
back, healed again, and you'd be like, all right, dude, just you know what I'm saying?
Yo, totally.
And so I this one, and again, anything could change. We're only a season and an episode in. Let's come back later and see if it's still the
No,
case.
I don't think we need to.
At the moment, I just kind of am like,
I think it's just gonna stay.
There's not a bad part of this show.
Do you see the ratings on it too?
No, what
Dude,
is it?
it's like 97% for season 2.
Yeah,
Rotten
it's great.
Tomatoes.
It's
higher than season 1.
Yeah,
I'm
it
in
makes
peak.
sense. And again, one episode deep, it could go anywhere.
No,
but
for
I
sure.
really like the show.
But the direction looks
fantastic.
great.
It's spectacular. I really like it. I think it seems loyal to the world that was established in the games. It seems like Walton. Again, I sing this guy's praises every time he comes up in our conversations. Walton Goggins is so good. He's so good.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for the breakout thing where it's like, because it seems like still people aren't talking about this guy enough.
No.
Like, I'm still waiting for people to catch on. Dude, this guy is so awesome.
He's going to be running TV for the next, 5 months.
Dude, I know with
him and Cecil?
Invincible.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like, I've never seen an actor that isn't considered an A-lister who deserves it more.
No.
He's so
he
good.
He never gets talked about.
He's
Walton Goggins
perfect
as
in
Ghoul is
everything he's in.
one of my favorite castings that they've done.
It's perfect.
It's
dude.
so perfect.
The cadence of his voice, the duality of when he was more human, before the bombs
and it
dropped.
makes all sense.
And now,
it all makes sense.
Yeah, dude,
you
understand.
see the flickering of him slightly turning good and then slightly not, and then he's like
exactly, dude. You see the human stuff.
he's ruthless.
Like the driving force in his character is, I got to get back to my family.
Yes,
and that could go anywhere. He could get to his family, and his family's not there anymore. He could get to his family, and it's not what he thinks.
He gives me cooler Cad Bane with personality.
That's exactly it. That's
it's
a great
so
comp.
sick.
Yeah. Just awesome.
Yeah,
and I love all the characters and all the directions they're taking the show. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
For anyone wondering, it just feels like it's a totally consistent continuation of what came before. It doesn't feel like we're like, oh, this one.
Did they film it
feels
back to back? Because I don't think they did.
I think within a year.
But it feels like it just picked up right after the finale ends. It's just like boom.
The second the first season premiered to high ratings, they greenlit the second season. So they were
okay.
You know what
right
I'm saying?
after. Yeah.
It was pretty soon after, but yeah, just great, dude. Just great television. Mm-hmm. Just feels really solid.
Yeah.
And honestly, I enjoyed the games. I think I hold the show in higher regard. I love how they mix in old music. The music is just spectacular, dude.
Like the old school radio, where you
so
can hear
awesome.
kind of crackling as well.
Dude, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, it's perfect. It's just so much fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And I think a lot of the stuff, like when you put it in that futuristic alt 60s timeline, and you have the old music but with the futuristic stuff, you almost make it so that the atmosphere around the show is set up to be timeless because it extracts from different things.
Yes.
It's not anything in particular. It's not modern. It's not old school. It's not futuristic.
Yes.
It's everything.
It's uncharted territory.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's where the show
we're seeing
wins,
what it would have been if this actually happened.
Right.
Something that people had thought could happen at one point.
Dude, I love it. I don't know if you have any more thoughts. But
No, I really don't.
right.
Honestly, it was just good.
Yeah.
It was just really good.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. You got one more show in you.
Yeah, one more.
One more.
I watched. Yeah.
Can I say real quick?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of this, but I saw that people online, the chatter, was that 7 and 8, episode 7 and 8, but especially the finale, was like unbelievable. Anyway, with that said.
I have watched in its entirety the first season of Welcome to Derry, and I will give it a rating as a whole. So this is factoring in episode 7 and 8. I will give it. I have 2 ratings. I have my ratings with with episode 7 and 8 and without.
Okay.
Without it, I think I'd give it a 6-1. With 7 and 8, I think it's like 8-9.
Whoa. It's a huge jump.
Dude,
that's what I'd heard.
Episode 7 and 8 of Welcome to Derry are some of the best episodes of television I've seen since the end of Better Call Saul.
Really?
It's
wow.
Very good. It is very good. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise might be the best character performance I think we've ever had.
Wow.
Like it's really in that realm of like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, right. Heath Ledger's Joker, I'd say, you're I don't even know, dude. I'm trying to think. Like, people say like David Corenswet as Superman. It's like it's just that that world of actors that just feel like they were born to be the thing they're playing. Mm-hmm. It's so flawless. He one of the few things in life where it's like they reboot the thing and the new thing is better than the old thing. It's not even a close comparison to
really.
Me. I drop the nostalgia. Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise is just unbelievably, without a doubt, one of the greatest villain performances that the world has ever seen. It's so good. And it's a slow burn. The reason 7 and 8 are such a game changer for the show, they don't really reveal Pennywise until like episode 4 or 5. They tease it.
Okay.
They tease it throughout.
Okay.
And then even when he appears, it takes like 2 or 3 more episodes until he actually starts like
being
taking on the characters.
Yeah.
And when that happens, and
just
you really
comes to
just
life.
unleash him, it's so good.
Is it as much as I've heard that like it kind of just drops you like the finale almost as like a teaser to the beginning of It 1?
Yes.
To like the first It.
It's,
where like
it's
you
a
feel
teaser
like you
and a
almost
sequel.
just start it. Yeah.
Oddly, it's a teaser and a sequel.
I saw a couple of people say something that they were like, I've never felt so hyped for a teaser for something I've already seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, the thing with Pennywise, and this isn't really a spoiler because this is just Pennywise lore.
Yeah.
Pennywise, like, he doesn't, like, mentally live within a certain stretch of time, so, like, he's actively seeing the past, present, and future as he's living out each second.
Okay.
So, since the meteorite struck Derry and Pennywise was unleashed into the world, he has known about the day of his death. He has known about, like, all the times he would haunt each person and how he would do it. Like, even though he's living it out moment to moment, second to second, like, it's all already happened and it's yet to happen for him.
Yeah.
So he's living in this, like, weird space of time where he's haunting one of the characters in this finale, and he's taunting her about going after her son that she hasn't had yet.
Wow.
So there's a lot of, like, really layered...
That's crazy.
Dude, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And there's so many cool directions they can take the story with that going forward, because the cool thing is I think they're going to keep going back and back and back. So this takes place in like the 60s or 50s. The next one's going to take place pre-World War II in the town, and then before that it's going to be like 1900 or something like that.
That's what I was so confused about, was what they were going to do, because they said season 2, and I was like, how are they going to do a season 2 if it ends with the beginning?
Right, if season 2 would be the kids.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So it's
that makes sense. Okay.
It's very it's when...
So you want to see season 2?
I do.
Okay.
I didn't until the 7 and 8. Like,
okay.
Because before that, it's very Avatar character driven. Every scene is a different interaction with different characters, an argument, a confrontation, a humorous moment, and you're like, man, like I want to care about this. I don't.
Yeah.
They throw like 14 characters at you, and you're like, I don't know. It's just such a slow burn. But when Pennywise comes in and starts like picking from all of like the things you suddenly start to be like, oh, he's haunting this character with this. I remember this character having an argument with somebody else and this being like a point of contention. And now Pennywise is using that argument that they had as a way of getting in that person's head. And
oh, that's
like,
cool.
Oh, I see now. Like, but before that, you're like, gosh, dude, like there's points where you're like, these characters are having arguments and they're getting into it. And it's just like, I feel like the show's wanting me desperately to care and I just don't. And I want to. I can't get myself there. And then when Pennywise enters the picture and really starts to like capitalize off of characters' worst fears and anxieties and frustrations, then you're like, oh, all right, it makes sense.
I see it now.
It's the bow and the present that has like the wrapping paper that's a little bit shoddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's very very well done, very well concluded. I don't want to speak to it too much, really, even though I probably could.
I want to go back and watch it. So
yeah, please do because it's great. There's some stuff in there. There's some crazy scenes like body horror stuff and this and that, like
which is usually not your jam, right?
No.
Did it bother you?
I yes.
Okay.
It did actually. Okay. Like I've seen I've seen The Thing, which is like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it's body horror. And I thought I was disturbed by The Thing. This is like ridiculous. Like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Like Pennywise is like birthed out of a woman. It's like really kind of crazy. There's some stuff in there that you kind of have to like skip forward a couple times.
Okay.
But it's a very good show and a very worthy follow up to the movies. And
Great.
I would recommend anybody see it. And I don't want to spoil it because some of the Pennywise stuff is just so
gnarly. Yeah.
Gosh, dude.
Cool, dude. Okay.
Like, just as a tease, one of his lines in the show is he's like, he picks on one of the characters. He's like, "Oh, what's the matter? Are you seeing things? Oh, I think they're seeing you too." And it's just like, dude, it's just, Bill Skarsgård
really?
is something else.
Yeah.
I can't sing his praises enough, dude. So
that's really cool.
There you go. So,
well, I'll make sure to check it out then.
All right, but an hour and 30 minutes later, we have concluded our reviews of just about everything that's ever come out ever.
Under the sun.
So there you go.
Yeah, we'll do Stranger Things Volume 2 next week, Season 5 Volume 2 next week. I'm going to talk about the finale of Pluribus. It comes out Christmas Eve. They're doing the main character of the show. It's Rhea Seehorn again.
Yeah, from Better Call Saul.
Yeah. But her name's Carol in this show. So they're dropping it on Christmas Eve, so they're calling it a Christmas Carol.
That's funny. That's cool.
Anyway, so that'll be coming out. I'll be talking about that. We'll have Fallout Episode 2 potentially if something big happens. Maybe we'll touch on it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I think, right?
I think Stranger Things will be holding the weight of our show for the next 2 weeks, but other than that,
Yeah. So it should be good, dude. I'm looking forward to it, man. You feel happy?
I feel good.
Got anything left for the people to say?
No, I'm just for everybody who's listening, enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah, definitely enjoy your Christmas. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be after. Yeah. Merry Christmas to people. And definitely like and subscribe if you're still here.
Yeah.
So, thank you for always listening and follow us, whatever you can do.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. But as always, the moment keeps moving, whether you're ready for it or not.
Wow.